Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer, I'm your evil overlord, and welcome back to Prison Architect, where I accidentally forgot to hit record, and that led to me actually just moving ahead a little bit. Last time we got a couple more prisoners, two of which have babies. And as you can see, I was already working on the nursery, so that the family cells, which I was going to put here and here, were able to get done. And I actually built a little building over here for the water boiler so that the family cells and the nursery could actually have hot water. And I hired 6 more guards. I believe that somebody was stuck here. A gardener was stuck here. So you're gone now. I'll hire 2 more gardeners, 2 more janitors then. As you can see, I'm pretty much out of money, and that's a bad thing. Also, just checking, what I did was I designated the dormitories down here as minimum security only, and the cell block over here to medium security only, and the cell block over here to maximum security only. And we have a death row inmate, or that's still coming, because that's something that I happened to see during the last few seconds. I'm quickly gonna do a shakedown, and this episode I'm just gonna do some management stuff, some very relative quick and easy jobs that need to be taken care of. And I'm gonna start out with sprinklers over here, as well as radiators. Gonna put a radiator in there, and a radiator in here. If I'm not mistaken, I am mistaken, so I'll do it like this, and that is already connected up. Splendid. So yeah, once again I apologize for having missed a bit. Requires office. Indeed. So I moved the office away for Savara Aknova. And here it is. So she's now going to be moved over to there. This is a family cell. So a family cell needs a crib. It needs a bed. It needs a toilet. We don't have enough for that. It needs a shower head and a drain. So I can put in the drain, I can put in the shower head, and also the toilet, luckily. Now it needs power and it needs water, but I don't have the money for that at the moment, so let's see, is there a grant that I can do? Oh yeah. First of all, before we do anything else, I'm gonna readjust the schedule over here. Gonna get a death row appeal at 5 AM in the parole room, and then 2 parole hearings outside of work time, because parole hearings, well, you can do it at any time that you want, and if you just schedule them automatically, they will actually take over work time, so they will prioritize parole hearing over work. And what I want is to have workshop safety induction and foundation education in the first block, and everything else in the second block of work. As you can see, we've got quite a bunch of people interested and willing to work in the workshop. We've got 6 already past the kitchen safety hygiene, Got a nice amount of people doing foundation education. Behavioral therapy is definitely mandatory. We have alcoholics group therapy, the other program that the psychologist does, but we have no real need for that just yet. Now, could I potentially... No. Bollocks. So, I'm gonna have to put that down here then. Yeah. What I'm looking for at the moment is the fact that I've got 2 women with children that need family cells. Without family cells, they will literally just starve to death because they won't be assigned to cells. That sucks. And my plan is that I want to have these 5 offices moved over to here. This already no longer is an office. I want to move them over to whenever I buy this plot of land, which will be probably the next episode. And then these will be family cells, and this will be the nursery for that. Now, I am actually not 100% sure that this will work. That perhaps the nursery needs to be directly attached to the family cells. If that's the case, then sorry, but tough luck for you then, women. And if not, if it does work, then yay me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to move one more office away, because I do want to have both of these women in their cells. So my plan is to temporarily make a small office over here for the accountant, because I don't think I can place it anywhere else. 5 by 5, 6 by 6, no. Because this is the only place that I have left that I can build it. I'm fortunate enough that I could actually place this over here. Yeah. Anything else that I wanted to do? So we have the sprinklers getting installed. We have the heaters. So that should be taken care of now. Temperature. Why is that still cold? This is supposed to heat up everything in here. No bueno. Oh. Dismantle. And let's have a look-see over at these. That works, that works. I'll also put a heater in the canteen. And I'll put a heater in execution, just to make it a little nicer. I am preemptively actually installing sprinklers in the kitchen and canteen, because we're getting close to, well, we just got over 50 prisoners, which means that events can randomly happen, and events can vary between a multitude of things, including a nice kitchen fire. And I mean a nasty kitchen fire, of course. So what I'm currently doing is placing in these pipes. And placing in a pipe over there. And then, now that I have some spare money, put the radiators in here, in here, in here. And there. Hopefully they can carry the water. Nope, that's the wrong one. If not, I don't know anywhere. But well, speak of the devil. First random event, a kitchen fire. And fire has started the kitchen. What was the other one then? Nothing is broken here. Nothing is broken here. Good. Just the electricity. So get that sorted out first, please. Also, still one kitchen. Does it contain everything? Yes. Because I was on time with preventing the fire. So, yay me. Cool. So we've got that working again. Now it's raining. And if I'm not mistaken, at least if I am to believe the dev video that I saw about weather, is when it starts to rain, lakes will flood. As a matter of fact, something is flooding right over here and I don't get what it is. What the hell is flooding? Screw that. I'm installing drains over here then. Oh, a pipe was burst. Ah, that's the case. It actually zoomed in on the fire while the pipe was burst. So it's kind of fooled me there. Oh boy. And we have our death row inmate, Eva Pratt, who also happens to be a gang member. Well then, just a regular gang member. Oh, cool. So the red gang has 3 members, and the blue gang, well, the green gang only has 1. I will most likely be hacking in gang leaders, just like I did with the original playthrough. And unfortunately the hot water pipes cannot carry this stuff that far. That was a drug overdose, that was one piece of pipe not getting installed, and unfortunately that doesn't work. I will be dismantling these 2 then and placing them right smack in the middle here. So that at least they will have a nice warm canteen. It's still 1 prisoner. 4 prisoners can't be assigned to their cells. Excuse me? $18. Oh, it's a few people that got bumped up to maximum security. Well, that gives me an idea. Have a look. So, there. Wait, did I do that correctly? No, I did not. There. Actually, that's still not good. Dang. Oh well. Let's move over the other office. Also, let's get some warmth in the canteen. So, office. Quickly out of brick. And we have another death, which was probably a snitch, yes. I haven't done a full shakedown in a little bit. I haven't done anything regarding safety in a little while, so oh well. Perhaps I'm able to do it like this. Maybe that'll work. Good. Let's have a look-see at the programs. Oh wow, 6 have already passed it. 4 are interested in carpentry apprenticeship. Oh my goodness gracious grandma. But we're not producing license plates yet because we have plenty of wood to work away, of course. So I will dismantle all of this stuff and make this another family cell, and then put in a toilet, a drain, a shower head, a crib, and a bed, like so. And hopefully that will alleviate that part of the problem. Because she should be moved in already. That exists now. I know this looks ugly. I'm actually gonna remove it once I've bought the plot of land on the opposite, on this side over here. So don't worry. Office, desk, chair, and filing cabinet really quick. Just do that first. So yeah, how's foundation education doing? Still going. Carpentry apprenticeship. That is so awesome. A lot of these women are definitely wanting to be reformed. I like that. Ooh, Eva Pratt has already failed her, you know what, screw it. We can do that. Death row appeal. That's useful. Also, let's actually do something that I was supposed to do at the start of the, screw it, actually. Let's do crackdown on drugs first. And tool cleanup. Okay. Sleep, do a bang up, and then once it's past midnight I'll do a shakedown to try and remove all of the stolen tools and the weapons. New day, here we go, shakedown. We'll get a bit of extra money that I will hopefully be able to pay back the I will be able to pay back the debt that I have, get a bit of more daily cash flow as well. Got one normal security prisoner coming in tomorrow. That is good. Almost able to pay off the debt entirely. Just a few bucks short. There. There we go, that's that. So I'll end the bang up, and next I'll do the inmate nutrition research. That requires us to have 2 days where the meal quantity and variety will be set to low. I have that standardly because that's how I always start. But I'm only allowed to have 1 block of eat, and it doesn't matter how long it is. So I could basically give them 24 hours of eat. Well, I don't know if it's exactly that way, but what I always do is that I have an hour of lockup before I have eat at lunch. And I remove the hour of lockup and replace it with eat so that we have a bit of extra time to eat. But instead, I will remove the hour of eat in the morning and in the evening and replace those with lockup. And once the 2 days are over, for the low quantity, low variety meals. I'm gonna reset the regime schedule back to 3 times eat per day, 1 hour per time. And then in policy I'm gonna change the quantity to high and the variety to high as well. Now note that the meal variety can also be set to none. However, for this particular grant, you need to set it to low, not none. Just to make sure that you understand. And we have a bit of snow. As it is day 19, we are late autumn. Every 7 days, once you have weather unlocked, a new season starts. And that does mean that we will have snow. Look at that. Carpentry apprenticeship. All 4 are present. You could actually make this in a somewhat successful prison here. There are no nurseries, so I will do that in food distribution, like so. And then I'll also have to dismantle this door and make that a jail door, because that just looks silly. Thank you. There. And once it's time for an execution, hopefully Eva Pratt, I'll actually do something very interesting. Something that I came up with after I recorded the second bonus video, the 3D tour of the last all-female prison. And I was just like, man, I'm stupid. I should have done it like this. Got a nice parole hearing going on here. Kaylee Stevenson. During the free time. Nursery works. Oh yeah, I wanted to have a... There. Gonna put a shower and a toilet in here as well, in the nursery. So that if the women feel like it, they can actually just take a nice little dump, a nice little shower. And that means that I will also have to put in this. Oh, that just misses. Okay, so I can just dismantle all of this then, because this is useless. Oh well. Right, let's see, what else can we do in the meantime? Let's reduce execution liability. And since we're not doing any real construction, it gives me the time to explain this. The likelihood of clemency currently of Eva Pratt is 19%. And as you can see in the red at the bottom, the state approved conviction strength is 5%. The likelihood that the appeal board will grant clemency and commute the prisoner's death row sentence. Each unsuccessful appeal lowers this value until it's below the state-approved conviction strength, at which point full authorization to proceed is given. Scheduling the execution before this point will result in extreme penalties. Yeah. If it's later found out that the prisoner's appeal would have succeeded. If clemency is granted, the prisoner will be immediately released if found innocent, or transferred to maximum security if still judged guilty. In the last case, that's where the sentences over here will come into play, and they will all get added up, and that will be the sentence that the prisoner will have to sit in maximum security, of course. And as it said, if you execute her before the state approved conviction strength, here it says, the chance of this prisoner being granted clemency is currently above the state approved safe level. If you proceed with the execution, you will be held personally responsible if it's later found out she would have been granted clemency. If I were to execute her now, and the report that will be presented to me at the end of the road, and it says to me like, hey, this prisoner, it was later found out that her clemency would have been granted to life imprisonment or freedom, I'm gonna get fined $50,000. Now, with the reduced execution liability, the state approved conviction strength goes from 5% to 10%, basically allowing me to execute her sooner. And despite the fact that the current state approved conviction strength is 5%, you will want to wait, if you don't do reduced execution liability, you will want to wait with the execution until the likelihood of clemency is 4% or lower. 5% is still the danger level. With reduced execution liability, the state approved conviction strength is beefed up to 10%, but in this case you will want to wait until it's 9% or lower before execution. And there's the grant completion for the long-term investment. And now I'm able to do two more. Actually, I want... No. I do want to have a bank loan. It's good. Because even with reduced execution liability, the danger zone is still... what should we call it? 10%. It's still a dangerous line, and you will want to have it set to 9 instead. So that's why you always wait. Now, I'm gonna do a shakedown since it's sleep time, because I want to see if I can get a few wonderful confidential informants. Now look at the amount of tools found in this cell. Found weapons, weapons, weapons. 3 hours of lockdown. You were found with some luxury, so you've got 1.5 hours left. Oh, what's this? A tunnel. Am I glad I did this now and not later? And that is the... no. What was that? Oh yeah. Image nutrition research is partially done. Next time we're going to finish it. But first, let's sort out the other part. So, I'm going to have to set both of these to high, the quantity and variety. And in regime, I will remove 1 hour of eat and make that lockup. And then breakfast and dinner. Sorry about that. Brief moment of silence. I felt a sneeze coming on. And there were sneezes. So, yeah. This will be the regime for the next 2 days. There we go. 2%. Alright, we have done a bit of management, a bit of moving stuff around, very minimum building. And we're gonna get another maximum security prisoner in. And as you can see, we've got quite a bit of money, but that's also partially thanks to the bank loan. I'm actually gonna turn that off for now. I just want to see the programs, I'm so curious. Oh my god. Don't tell me. Oh fuck. So we had 3 people already pass foundation education. And with that, the option of general education becomes available for the prisoners. Unfortunately, while we have 3 people that were qualified, nobody's interested. Dang. I am going to be ending it off here today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Not load, save. Leave a like if you did. Helps out a great deal. My name is Hecthor Doomhammer. I'm your evil overlord. I thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.